In the scorching heart of Africa, where the sun beat down relentlessly and the air was thick with the buzzing of insects, a small village lay shrouded in darkness. It was a place where the sick and the suffering cried out for aid, but there were no doctors to answer their pleas. That was until the day a group of strangers arrived, armed with a mission to bring hope and healing to the desperate masses. Among them was Albert Schweitzer, a man with a heart full of compassion and a mind full of medicine. He had heard the cries of the African people and had responded with a sense of purpose, driven by a desire to make a difference. As he stepped onto the dusty soil, his eyes scanned the landscape, taking in the thatched huts and the worn faces of the villagers. The villagers, wary of outsiders, gathered around, their eyes fixed on the strangers. Schweitzer, with his gentle smile and reassuring demeanor, began to explain his intentions. "We are here to build a hospital," he said, his voice calm and steady. "And I am a doctor, here to help you." The villagers exchanged skeptical glances. What was this doctor they had heard about? They had never seen one before. But Schweitzer's words were gentle, his tone soothing, and slowly, they began to relax, their curiosity getting the better of them. As the days passed, Schweitzer and his team worked tirelessly to build a small hospital, their sweat and toil rewarded by the smiles of the villagers. And when the hospital was finally complete, Schweitzer donned his white coat, his eyes shining with excitement, and welcomed the villagers to come and receive treatment. The first patient to arrive was a young child, her eyes sunken, her skin pale. Schweitzer examined her gently, his hands moving with precision, and then, with a warm smile, prescribed a simple pill. The child's eyes lit up, and she looked up at Schweitzer with gratitude. "Mommy, I'm not sick anymore," she exclaimed, her voice trembling with joy. As the days turned into weeks, and the weeks turned into months, the villagers began to realize that Schweitzer was not just a doctor, but a miracle worker. The child with the weak leg, who had once struggled to take a few steps, now ran with abandon, her laughter echoing through the village. The elderly woman, who had suffered from a chronic illness, now walked without pain, her eyes sparkling with renewed vitality. But Schweitzer was not content to rest on his laurels. He knew that there was still much work to be done, and so he remained in Africa, pouring his heart and soul into his work. He bought medicine, he moved people's hearts, and he inspired others to join him in his mission. And then, one day, came the recognition he had always hoped for. The Nobel Peace Prize was awarded to him, a testament to his tireless efforts to bring healing and hope to a desperate people. Schweitzer's heart swelled with pride, but he knew that this was not an award for him alone, but for the countless people who had helped him along the way. As the years passed, Schweitzer continued to work in Africa, his legacy growing with each passing day. And though he eventually left this earth, his spirit remained, a beacon of hope and compassion, shining brightly for generations to come.